Welcome to this recording of our live webinar, filmed on February 25th, 2025, titled Expert Insights Treo. Click the link in the description for more information, or follow us on LinkedIn to stay updated on our upcoming events.
Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us here today. Our plan for this afternoon is to go over the Treo product line and hopefully shed some light on its importance to us as a company and what products are available under it. My name is Carmen Seibert, and I am the product line manager for maintenance cleaners here at DuBois. And I'm joined today by Tim, who is an R&D manager with over 26 years of experience. Tim wears many hats here at DuBois, but notably for this presentation specifically, he has developed many products for various uses in both maintenance cleaning and food plant cleaning. So, without further ado, let's jump right into it. I believe it's most important to start off recognizing the significance of Treo here at DuBois. And to do this, I wanted to touch on environmental accountability. We have long recognized that our success is intertwined with the health of our planet. This understanding has shaped our philosophy, guiding us toward practices that not only improve the quality of our products, but also minimizes our environmental footprint. Treo especially represents these values. The philosophy is simple. It's lean, clean, and green. When we say lean, we believe that efficiency is the key to progress. Our lean approach allows us to reduce waste in all forms, whether it's raw materials, energy, or even time. This efficiency translates directly into the Treo line that we offer our customers. We are proud to provide top-tier solutions that meet and exceed the highest standards while minimizing excess. Clean speaks to our commitment to prioritize safety and quality. The research and development behind this line made sure that these formulations not only perform exceptionally, but also do so with minimum environmental footprint. And finally, green, which is the most self-explanatory, but sustainability is the core message here. It's more than just a goal, it's a core value for DuBois Chemicals. It is important to us that our operations are in line with global environmental standards. And with that comes monitoring our environmental footprint and ensuring that these operations, once again, are in line with those clean practices. So how do we begin to enact these core values? How do we make sure that we are practicing what we preach? It all comes down to the approach. This includes rigorous monitoring and continual improvement of our practices, from reducing energy consumption to our plants to focusing on renewable materials. We are working day in and day out to make DuBois a greener company. The certifications that you see listed here in the final box will give you just an idea of who we have partnered with to ensure the success to this approach. These are not just symbols on paper, they are commitments that we make to ourselves, our customers, and even the world. Organizations like EcoVadis, EPA, and our ISO certifications, these things validate our ongoing efforts and ensure that we are on the right path as we continue to push this product line and improve both the products we deliver and the impact that we have on the environment. So now that you know more about our reasoning, let's dive a little bit into the background and how Treo came to be. Tim will be leading from here.
Oh, thank you very much, Carmen. Yes, Tim Thornycroft. I've been around probably 23 of the 26 years that I've been here have been in the R&D lab working on one form or another of hard surface cleaner, whether it's been in surface finishing, maintenance cleaning, paper machine cleaning. But yeah, I've got a bit of various knowledge, and that's helped me a lot in terms of looking at different ways of solving a customer's issue when it comes to hard surface cleaning. So we'll talk about a little bit about, how did we get to the Treo products? Well, when creating the Treo product line, we began looking at, okay, what do our industrial customers see in regard to green initiatives? What are the trends that they're seeing? And well, they have to deal with increased restrictions on wastewater treatment. And they might be worried about worker safety and dealing with, they don't want to have hazardous chemicals come in and have to worry as much about, okay, what happens if a worker gets some of this on them? What's the protocol, and is it going to be just, okay, they're going to rinse it off and be fine, or are they going to have to, have a stop at at an urgent care or something else to deal with, the chemical that they're dealing with. So they want to make sure that they're going to minimize their risk and improve their worker safety. It might be corporate goals. It might be the company as a whole has decided, okay, we're going to focus on products that are safe to use, that are better for the environment. And it part of that corporate goal is, the marketing and optics of it all. So they can say, hey, we are focusing on keeping our workers safe. And we are focusing on making sure that what we're doing is having a minimal effect on the environment around us. So with all that, our challenge was to find products that perform in addition to being user-friendly and environmentally friendly. And that's where we came up with our Treo line. And here you'll see that nice little logo on all our Treo products. And so what is Treo? Well, the Treo cleaners, we developed them to be ideal for environmental and safety conscious manufacturers. Each product is recognized by the United States EPA's Safer Choice Labeling Program. I'll get a little bit into that later. And through that, through being recognized by that program, it means that the Trio products are proven to be effective while minimizing the environmental impact. We have a product line. We have general purpose cleaners. We have general purpose cleaner, floor cleaner, vehicle and spray wash cleaners as well. So we have, I believe there's about 6 products that are recognized through the EPA's Safer Choice program. Then they will deliver powerful performance while supporting sustainability goals for ourselves and for our customers. So with the Trio line, you can trust every outcome. Little play on words there. So wondering, okay, why did we choose the EPA's Safer Choice program? Well, there are a handful of programs with green certification, and we chose the EPA's Safer Choice program because here in the US, customers are going to deal with the EPA's standards and regulations, so that and they have to do that on a regular basis, making sure that they're following all the rules so they don't get fined for excess effluent, and so that they recognize it as an established authority on green standards. And this Safer Choice program recognizes products for user safety, for low environmental impact. And these products have to meet performance standards as well. They aren't just there to be green, but they also need to be effective because the Safer Choice program wants to be able to recognize products that customers will want to use, because they want this program to have significance to say, yeah, it's it's a product that is useful. It's not just green, so it's okay. When this Safer Choice logo is on a product, you can trust that it's going to work. And for us, they have regular annual audits for us that to ensure that we're continuing to meet their standards, that we're making the products as we tell them how we're making them, and our sources are consistent, and we're not changing a raw material source from here and there constantly, and that could change. Each source is going to have different standards that they have as far as sustainability, so they got to make sure that each ingredient that comes in and each supplier of each ingredient gets looked at. So it's a lot of work on their end and our end to make sure that you have a product that is sustainable and effective. So in this process, we had to benchmark against comparable products. And when we looked at similar products like Simple Green and other commonly used general purpose cleaners, we found that the general purpose cleaner was able to outperform them. And so these products are all going to be non-corrosive. They're going to be phosphate-free because this program wants you to minimize or eliminate phosphates in your product because of the potential for eutrophication in the waste stream. Those phosphates can cause issues with algae blooms further down the line. And these products are going to have low to no VOCs. Now, all of our ingredients in these products are evaluated for low toxicity to humans and the environment. And all of our organic ingredients need to be readily biodegradable. And even when they even go further and say, okay, even your packaging materials need to have some sort of sustainability behind that. You need a certain amount of recycled material in the plastics that are used, or what's the process of creating that plastic drum or that plastic pail that's going into the product that product goes into. So it's not just the liquid itself, it's what it's being packaged in. The Treo, all of our green credentials, everything, as I mentioned, all of our organic ingredients are readily biodegradable. The ingredients have to have a lower aquatic toxicity than your standard general purpose cleaners. They're going to have no VOCs per EPA method 24, at least the general purpose cleaner and the neutral floor cleaner and the NutriWash are all going to have that. They will all meet CARB or California Air Resource Board VOC criteria. That's kind of a baseline that the EPA Safer Choice program looks at for volatile or organic compound criteria. And these products are not going to be classified as corrosive or irritant for user safety. So the companies can be comfortable when that user picks up the product. So now that we've discussed the background, we'll go into a little bit of a product line overview.
Thanks, Tim. This is just going to be pretty brief on my end, but I just wanted to touch on how these products make up a sizable portion of our business here at DuBois. They can be sold as the main attraction or even used as add-ons when you're already inside of a plant, already serving your customer, and you notice, maybe they could use a little help with the floors or something on the side there. They're incredibly versatile and will impress any site you take them to, especially when comparing against competitor products. We have a few case studies coming up here near the end of the presentation, but I'll let Tim get into what makes it so special.
Yes, thank you. So developing the Treo general purpose cleaner, we wanted to make sure that it was cost effective and also was going to be effective when it comes to wherever the customer wants to use it. So it has become a go-to solution for tackling a very wide range of industrial soils, and it's available. We have it in concentrated forms and in the RTU form. It can be used in just about any manufacturing facility. You've got tools, equipment, floors, lots of different places that you can use this product. It's got a moderate foam profile. Your pH is mildly alkaline at a little over 11. 10.2 for 1% solution, but typical use you're going to lean closer towards 10.5, maybe in the upper 10s, but still mild alkaline pH. It's become very popular in our food and beverage production facilities as a mild alkaline cleaner, and has outperformed leading general purpose cleaners. So we've seen uses as an equipment cleaner, floor cleaning, light degreasing, even pressure washing and vehicle cleaning. And this picture that you see here is a piece of equipment in our metalworking test lab. And so I believe it's one of the pieces of equipment testing cutting fluids. So you have general dirt and oil that's been built up. Typically we don't clean these very often. So it's a good amount of soil that's built up, and that's just a simple spray and wipe application. You can see how effective it was able to work on that soil. So how does the general purpose cleaner do so well? Well, we've got a surfactant blend that does very well at wetting the surface, so enabling that product to spread out more quickly onto the hard surfaces and easily penetrate that soil. Uh, you know, bring it, bring those builders and the surfactants into that surface between, so they can get in between the surface and the soil to pull it up and get easily, wiped off, rinsed off. And it's going to emulsify the oils that you uh, pull into solution, so that if you're in a a mop and bucket situation where you're going back and forth between a solution that's getting a little dirtier, you're not going to have redeposition of that soil from the cleaning solution back onto what you're cleaning. And it uses mild alkaline builders, and these enhance the effectiveness without sacrificing safety of the product.
So as I mentioned before, that we do have a few customer success stories that we felt were really powerful and showcased the great work that these products do. And to start us off, I wanted to touch on a recent story from a construction site. So this customer was facing floors covered in forklift tire marks, adhesive tape marks, and other heavy traffic soils. And they needed and were trying to seek out improvement to their overall site conditions. With no regular or patterned cleaning program in place, they needed to ensure a safe and more efficient work environment. And this became top priority for site management. They partnered with us and we trialed Treo General Purpose Cleaner at a dilution of 1 to 3 via mop and bucket application. So the initial clean and spot application showed excellent performance. We were able to remove stubborn construction soils with ease, saw them going away very quickly, and any difficult remove stains were able to be spot treated here and there. And then the next week, we did Treo General Purpose. We applied it again at a dilution of 1/16 via mop and bucket as well. And the team noticed that the floor was easy to clean, spot adhesive marks were easy to remove, and the overall cleanliness performance was better than that of the previous week. And you can see those photos here, just kind of the before and after. Um, Really, it just shows how quickly this product was able to make a change at the site needing improvement, and how little time it took to see that improvement actually make. In our next case study, we're actually going to be talking about a beer keg manufacturer, because like I said, when I said these can be used in any site, they really can. In their manufacturing process, the customer utilized a product for cleaning the stainless steel prior to welding. So historically, the process had involved a caustic cleaner at high temperature on a belt spray washer. And then following the spray wash, the parts were left with a residue that required manual wipe to remove. This, as you can imagine, was tedious, time consuming, and just time spent where they really didn't need it. So the customer began seeking an alternative due to these high chemical energy and labor costs that were associated, and the environmental impact associated. So we partnered with the manufacturer to improve cleaning and the environmental profile of their process cleaning application by implementing Treo General Purpose Cleaner. The parts immediately appeared cleaner, coming out of the washer with minimal water spotting. The weld areas looked cleaner, and the parts required less hand wiping. So immediately that manpower time was cut down. The customer also found that the product had a longer bath life and resulted in less tank sludge and alkaline buildup on the washer, further decreasing the labor required for maintenance. With the original product replaced by Treo General Purpose Cleaner, the results for the customer we easily spotted, and we have those listed out here. It was the safer choice for them. We replaced their harsh caustic cleaner. The parts came out much cleaner than they had before. We reduced their manual labor. We reduced their chemical spend. Their energy savings went down, or up, I guess, for savings. Cost went down, and they had decreased maintenance. Once again, reduce the sludge in that tank and alkaline buildup that we saw. And if you're still not convinced, we have a few other rapid fire customer stories to touch on, just once again showcasing how many sites these can be used in. To start off with, we had an automotive engine block rebuilder. There was an area where engines were disassembled down to the very engine blocks, and it was prone to significant dirt and oil buildup. They previously utilized a well-known all-purpose cleaner at 50% concentration in floor scrubber, but they found that it wasn't strong enough to fully remove the soils present. The customer trialed Treo General Purpose Cleaner at the same concentration and found that it fully cleaned the floor, improving safety and productivity. Right after that, you can see we have our ready-to-eat food producer. They make things like wraps, donuts, and more. And they had historically utilized Trio General Purpose Cleaner actually as an everyday cleaner in their cafeterias and restrooms. But they were so impressed by its success and satisfied by the environmental health and safety benefits that they began to trial it in other areas as well. Today, in addition to its original use, so in those cafeterias and restrooms, they use the product in their floor scrubbers, in their rack and tote washing equipment, and as the main chemical when boiling out the donut fryers. This product has just allowed them to simplify their mission while still achieving optimal results. And then in this last one, we had a canned and bottled olive processor. In their pasteurizers, the jars of olives were put through a heated tunnel and a final rinse to remove the olive oil from the package exteriors. In the retort, cans and jars of product were heated to 190 degrees Fahrenheit or 87.8 degrees Celsius for sterilization. They required a low-cost product that would remove the excess oil from their pasteurizer and aid in the heated sterilization in the retort. They used Trio General Purpose in both applications and found that it cleaned extremely effectively and removed all oils in full. This improved their chemical spend, like we saw in that case study for the beer keg manufacturer, and simplified their chemical storage with safe and effective solutions, like we saw in the one above this. So continuing to make DuBois that one-stop shop, even in different applications where a product can just simplify it for them. But now that I have officially talked off all of your ears about the wonders of Trio General Purpose Cleaner, I'm going to hand it back over to Tim to talk about different Trio products, because there are others.
Thank you very much. Yeah, we'll start with our Trio Neutral Floor Cleaner. So if you have a customer, they are looking for a floor cleaner that they have even higher restrictions on their waste stream, and they want to make sure they're near neutral, they're going to go ahead. Trio Neutral Floor Cleaner is a very good option. So it improves, worker safety versus typical floor cleaners. You have that neutral pH. It is versatile because it can be used in floor scrubbers and mops and bucket. You can also use it for general cleaning, spray and wipe, equipment cleaning. You have your near neutral pH at 8.2, and in your dilution you're going to range 8.2 to 8.4. It probably mainly depending on the quality of the water that the customer is using. And their foam profile, it's a little lower foaming than the general purpose cleaners, so it's even more suitable for your automatic floor scrubbers. Here you see a before and after solution of a place out in our bay in the labs where it got pretty dirty. There was, looks like the buildup of a lot of dirt over time, and this was a mop and bucket application, and it was a simple, mop it up and let it dry, and you'll see it. It's a good before and after of the effectiveness. And then we've got the Trio Neutral Wash. It's similar to the Trio Neutral Floor Cleaner. You still have that same lower foaming profile, pH, same range. Here, you're more geared toward a higher variety of applications and soil loads. So you're highly concentrated. You got your reduced shipping and use costs. Here, you're more likely to be using this on pressure washing, steam cleaning. It's been used in vehicle cleaning. As you can see, these before and after pictures are from a truck with a heavy soil load on it. And I believe this was a pressure wash application that they used with the Trio Neutral Wash, and it was very effective at removing all that film from the vehicle. So if they want a little more versatility, you've got the Trio Neutral Wash.
So I know that we threw a lot of information at you all today, but with all that being said, are there any questions from anything that we went over today? I see a few have come in, so I'm going to go through these. If anyone thinks of any while we start these off, please feel free to type them in. We have some extra time here at the end. So Definitely no skin off anyone's back. The first one says one of the success stories showcases Trio general purpose cleaner being used as a floor cleaner. In what situations would I use it over neutral floor cleaner and vice versa?
Yeah, I can answer that one. The I guess it just depends on the needs of the customer, whether they are okay with a mild alkaline pH or if they want something that's closer to neutral. Um, and if it's, I would say the general purpose cleaner gives you a little more oomph. So if they are concerned about performance, the general purpose cleaner has probably got a slight notch above our neutral floor cleaner.
Okay. Following a similar vein, this question starts off by saying, is the neutral floor cleaner the same strength as general purpose? Can we add a foaming agent to the general purpose?
Let's well, it's I guess they're slightly different application, well, not application, but slightly different surfactant blends. If you're just doing, soil performance, I'd say the general purpose is a little stronger than the neutral floor cleaner. If you want to add a foaming agent, I just don't see there's a reason why not to. Yeah, the general purpose cleaner does have some, but if you want to have a higher um, buildup of foam, then yeah, you could add a foaming agent to the general purpose cleaner.
Perfect. We have another one that says, I have an application involving pressure washing concrete and masonry. Would neutral wash be the best fit for that application, or are there any additional considerations to be aware of?
Hmm. Let's see. If you're just worrying about degreasing, yeah, I don't see a reason why you couldn't use that on the concrete and masonry. Um, if it's more of, I know some products that are designed specifically for concrete and masonry tend to be neutral or even on the slightly acidic side. But I think, yeah, I see no harm in using it on the yeah, the neutral yeah, I also see no harm in using the neutral wash on uh, concrete and masonry.
Got it. And I guess this is a good time to add that if there are any specific application questions like this, where maybe Tim would need a little bit more information to dig into, if we could please email us after the fact. I do think we have a next slide here that has our contact information. So it might be best to go into a little more depth with those, but I'll keep scrolling through because I do see we have some more questions coming in. I will give Tim another one. Can the Trio general purpose cleaner be used in a spray and wipe application? If so, at what dilution?
Sure. For yeah, the Trio general purpose cleaner in a spray and wipe application, typically we'll use that at 10% dilution rate. And that's actually what the RTU is designed to be at. The ready to use version, the Trio RTU general purpose cleaner is essentially a 10-to-1 dilution, or not a 10, of a 10% dilution of the Trio general purpose cleaner concentrate.
Someone said, what's the best ratio to use? I'm assuming we're still talking about Trio general purpose cleaner.
Yeah, for the Trio general purpose cleaner, I guess 10-to-1 is a good starting point. I guess it depends on the application, because if you're putting it into a floor scrubber, there you only need like 2% solution on that. And that's typically what we recommend also for the Trio neutral floor cleaner, the Trio neutral wash in a floor scrubbing application, 2 to 3%.
Okay, I think now I'm officially caught up. Once again, I'll just give it a couple moments in case any other ones come in. But in the meantime, I do want to say thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate your time and we hope that you gain some more knowledge on what this line has to offer and more information on both its environmental significance and the product's technical aspects as well. Since we are wrapping up here, if there are any questions that rise up after the fact, please reach out to Tim or I. Our contact information is showcased here.